Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. And there we go. A few different things today. Let's call this kind of a cleanup video. First of all, guys, don't forget the 1600 subscriber contest, right? You win the box O tools, including this here telescoping quarter-inch drive, extending, what are they calling this thing? Telescoping socket driver. I like these type of things, and the reason why is because you can kind of see where your quarter-inch drive goes in there, and then you just turn it out with your hand. So anyway, don't forget the contest, win the box of tools, the limited edition sticker. I think I'm down to one of 3 of those. That's first of all. Second of all, tomorrow is the opening flea market of the season. It is, what do they call it? Spring in the Country in Stormville, New York. I kind of call it the dust-off flea market. My buddies who do flea markets for a living, typically this is the first time they kind of take their stuff out of the sheds, the trailer, the garage, wherever it's coming from, and they load it on, and kind of the market, they're more or less sorting through it. Do I buy a lot at this market? No, but it kind of gets me out there, kind of gets me organized. Which brings me to the next topic, Flea Mkt Preps. If you're going to the flea market, a couple of things I took to doing. I took to writing down stuff and putting spot numbers next to it and how much I priced. Like that N, 24, 25, 26. Right, that's where I bought a propane heater back then. I carry this waist pouch, not because I want to look like a moron, though it helps me to that goal, but it's an easy way of carrying the money and all. I carry like lots of singles. I try to carry 50 singles on me, and here's the other money, though this really isn't broken up properly. There should be a lot more 5s and 10s and less 20s. Everybody goes to a flea market with 20s. Make sure you have a decent pen for writing with. Also, I like to carry a loaded change, right? That typically is helpful. So just a few of my flea market preps. Here, let's take a walk out to the truck also. Getting ready for the flea market's also interesting because some of my stuff doesn't get used much during the winter, including my 2 trucks. I have to tell you, if there's such a thing as reincarnation, you really, really want to be reincarnated as my wife, my kids, or one of my trucks, or one of my pets. They are all spoiled, right? My trucks don't go out in the winter, but when I go to clean out my truck, this is the kind of stuff I find. Entire engines, Elmo, who seems to be reproducing, they seem to be absolutely everywhere. I shot, ever since I shot the first video with Elmo in it, everybody who knows me seems to dig up an Elmo. And when I'm not looking, if I leave my truck unlocked, I find an Elmo in it. I don't know. What is that, a screwball sign? Various other things, more engines. I got a bunch. It's always handy to find a spare head floating around, especially with an intake manifold. This is the cart I bring to the flea market. It's kind of a rolling box. It used to be for IOB tools. There used to be a big toolkit that came with this, and there was kind of a chop saw, battery powered chop saw. Then you can actually open this up, and there were all kinds of tools in there. 18 volts, all-in-one battery, they called it. Anyway, I do little things like I make sure the carter pins are going to stay on the wheels and so forth. So just a few flea market preps. I'm also probably going to air up these tires and throw this in the back of the truck. That one's full. That one's a little flat, so I'll air these up and throw it in the truck. Because that just makes moving things around so much easier. You don't realize how far it is, but if you had to pick up an engine like from right here and carry it all the way out to the street, and sometimes it's twice that to get to my car at the flea market, or 3 times that to get to my car to load stuff up. That's a mighty long walk with an extra 50 pounds, on your shoulder. And lastly, and I'll mention this last because it's organizing to me is like watching paint dry. Me talking about organizing to you guys is probably like, worse yet. I'm just trying to get my act together. Here's like my chemicals. There's a little piece of a computer case, and I just cut the shelf to size and slipped it in. Scrap lumber. So there's the cans. This is bed frame, and it wasn't long enough, so I actually had to join it, but it seems to be fine. This is scrap plywood from a pallet I picked up. I set the height because I'm gonna kind of put a little wood spacer, and then there's gonna be motors and batteries and so forth underneath. What I'd like to do is eventually get that cart empty. If you guys look closely over there, notice that the CL 350, it turns out it was a CL, not an SL 350. I had somebody from Connecticut who, in a roundabout way, tracked me down and got in touch with me, and was very interested in the bike. And then he looked at the pictures, told me it was worth, 2 to 3x what I was thinking of selling it for. And then he told me he had no money. I gotta love it. It's not a big surprise to me when deals with young kids don't go through, because what 15-year-old has hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars floating around in his pocket, right? I guess there are some out there, but not a whole lot of them. But he was an adult. He was my age. And, he was all, oh, yeah, it sounds great. And, I got a junker I'm running. Maybe that'll be the one I'll chop. I'll restore yours. And, he was like really into it. And then, okay, here's the pictures. Let's set up a date. Boy, it's beautiful, man. I really, really love it. But to be honest with you, I got no money. It's like, then why did we start this game? I'm not complaining. I'm just, Craigslist. I have. There's all kinds of characters, and he was kind of somebody who I had met through Craigslist, had gotten in touch with him, and told me he had an ad up, and then told him about me. And he contacted me, and then I looked him up, and sure enough, he had an ad up that this is what he does, is he buys and sells these things, and all in all, in the long run, he chickened out. Probably the problem is he couldn't get a truck to come out here and get it, perhaps. I don't know. He wasn't that far. He's only an hour or so away. So that was a little odd. Anyhow, for whatever reason, he decided he didn't want it, and such is life. Okay, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and remember to get out there and enjoy all your days. I wish one of you young strong types or even old strong types lived near me, because I'm really avoiding picking up that engine to take it out of my truck. That's just going to hurt. And at this moment, I'm kind of walking around and pacing because I really don't have a good spot to put it. So, such is my life. Anyway, folks, once again, thanks for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now.